Hi, I'm Mario Vukic. I'm on the men's soccer team.
Mario, kind of an odd start to the season. You played a home game, got a tie, and then you have your second home game delayed and canceled with lightning, and then you have a trip to the Midwest. Had kind of disjointed start. How's it been going so far?
I think we felt like we had a lot of momentum really early, and that helped. And then the lightning, we were winning another game, and then that had to end. So that kind of cut us off a little bit. I feel like because we were winning, and then so it was kind of just demoralizing, I guess. But we're on our way back, and we're trying to get back on track. So.
Sure. You played very well in a two-game trip to the Midwest. Unfortunately, you played some really good teams and didn't get the results you wanted. But it was good soccer, Colorado Mines and West Texas A&M. Your thoughts on playing in just kind of the heat and altitude and those kind of situations?
So in Colorado, I felt the altitude a lot, and I think a lot of the other guys did. But Mark actually mentioned how he liked how we didn't use it as too much of an excuse because we knew that we were there, and teams come to Colorado School of Mines and they win too. So it's not like everybody can make that excuse when they go play them away. So we tried not to focus on it too much, and in the adrenaline of the game, sometimes you don't feel it as much, but. It definitely had an effect, especially like after a long sprint or something like that. And then Texas, the heat wasn't too bad because we played late, but you could feel it a little bit, especially during the day, and just like we had to stay inside all day because any time out in the sun was just blistering.
Yeah, that's right. Well, the good news is you're back home and here for 6 straight games at Interbay Stadium. How important is it to get on a run here back at home?
Really important. We definitely need to get back on track. 2 hard teams, 2 pretty bad results. So when you're on the road and you have 2 losses like that, I feel like you can kind of get into a bit of a slump. But I think these next couple of games we have a lot of fans coming soon. So I think we're going to be excited to show up at home and get back on track.
Sure will. The opposition is not easy. Point Loma is 4-1, and Azusa Pacific was ranked 4th last week. They're undefeated. But I guess you wouldn't have it anyway. Do you enjoy playing difficult opponents?
Oh, of course. At SPU we like to keep our standard high, and we don't want to go out and play a bunch of teams that aren't good and crush every team 8-0. That's not the goal. We're only going to get better from playing teams that are at a high level, and we want to keep it that way, I think.
Teams played well so far, had good chances, but only put 1 away, and that was you in the opener. What do you remember about that goal?
It was right as the second half started. We had a lot of momentum. After the halftime talk, we all, got on the same page again. We knew what we had to do. We came out, and then I think it was Alden just slipped me through, and I was just sprinting forward, got a toe to it, chipped the keeper. The keeper got a little bit to it, but I was there first, so
yeah.
It was good.
So technically that's the only goal, although Ed-wise we should give a little credit. He scored in a beautiful header in the game that since the game was canceled, so was his goal, unfortunately. This team is too good to not score a ton of goals. And what do you think is going to be the key to getting the ball in the back of opposing nets?
I think a lot of it is just our mentality going forward. I think we like to keep it, and then sometimes I feel like we find ourselves going backwards too often. And I think that if our mentality just changes to a little bit more direct soccer, not like all the way to just boot ball, because we don't want to be playing that either. But I think if we, maybe through like a tactical change or something, focus more on going forward and, getting especially more service into the box, more crosses, and then, we have good finishers on the team. So just if we pepper the goal enough, we'll definitely bag them for sure.
That's exactly right. One of those good finishers is Titus Grant, who won't be kept off the scoreboard much longer here. What is it that makes him such a good goal scorer?
Explosive pace, I think. Tito has an amazing shot too. He's got amazing technique, but I think his overarching advantage over the rest of the players is just his pace for sure.
It certainly is great. Well, let's talk a little bit about yourself. Where are you from?
I'm from Bainbridge Island, Washington, so just a ferry ride away from SPU.
Yep, and that, for those not too familiar, it's just a little east of here. So when you live on the island there, how dependent are you on that ferry? How often do you ride that ferry?
Well, throughout high school, taking the ferry going to Seattle would be like a little day trip. It'd be fun, or like we'd get on the, with the parents and take a drive out to go on a hike in the Cascades or something. But soccer-wise, I was on that every weekend for games, unless it was in Puyallup, which then I drove around because I played in Puyallup for a club. So yeah, but there's a bridge in the north end, but the only other way out other than that is the ferry. So nowadays I'm on it a lot if I want to go, because if I want to go home, I have to take the ferry back. So.
No question. Why did you choose to come to Seattle Pacific?
Seattle Pacific, the soccer, obviously high level, team's great. I love all the guys, and the location at SPU is like, I mean, if you compare it to like a lot of the other smaller schools with good soccer, I feel like a lot of them are out in kind of the middle of nowhere, where, I mean, that's just not my kind of scene, I guess. I like the city, I like being near people, I like having a bus system that I can explore, and a city that I can find new things about. So
That's great. And now that you have a year of college under your belt here, starting a second, what do you feel like you learned that first year that you can bring in, wisdom-wise or knowledge-wise for this year?
I feel like, especially soccer-wise, the level is just a completely different. It's a completely different level compared to club soccer. So like the first couple of weeks when I came in, I was like, wowed with how my teammates were playing, and I was excited for being able to play with these guys on the field. So yeah, I just think like I got a better feel for how the college soccer is, the level, and now I feel more comfortable in there. So in these next couple of years, I feel like it's less I feel like I'm in with the pack more.
Great. Well, Mario, thanks so much for your time. It'll be good to have the team home here for 6 straight home games, including 2 this week. Good luck to you.
Thanks so much.